Welcome back to the Jolly Bananas Let's Play of New Super Mario Bros. U. We're going to take our first steps in the Layer Cake Desert. Alright, now I think it's always kind of funny the way that the mini bosses, I suppose you could call them, have that little head bop thing going on. Regardless, let's get moving forward. First level of the zone is Stone Eye Zone. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Alright, now this Pink Yoshi and the Acorn are basically my top outs for most of these levels. This makes it so easy to fly your way through and not have to deal with a lot of the hazards. Alright, now these Stonehenge heads, Gum from Dum Dum looking things, well, that could have been bad. They are very inconsistent in the way that they fall and the way that you interact with them. For the next one here, I'll go ahead and show you. You got them rocking back and forth. And then these guys start falling. This guy's gonna fall straight down. That one does. That guy's backwards. This one's down. This one's backwards. It's just interesting the way that there's no consistency. It keeps it relatively entertaining, but nothing too groundbreaking that makes you think, man, that was my favorite level. Now, I think it's kind of odd how you can't finish a level with Yoshi and take him with you, but you can take a baby Yoshi with you the whole way. Right, first two things we're going to notice here is this is Nabbit. He's going to hold up these mushroom houses like some sort of badass bandito and then run off. And since going into the level, this warp pipe at the bottom left has appeared, which will shoot you back to Acorn Plains, or it actually unlocks different warps the farther you get. So each time you enter a new zone, you'll get a new warp pipe to it, so you don't really have to run the whole time. Alright, so he wants us to follow him into the big explosive tube of scary teleportation. Who are we to judge? Guy wants to shoot us out of a cannon? That's cool. Alright, so now we're back at the beginning. Go ahead and hop in here and we'll chase down Nabbit. Now, catching Nabbit is extremely easy. You have 100 seconds to do it, and it only takes us, 30 seconds, if that, to clear even the easiest of levels. We'll just run up here. The closer you get, the more he panics and the more mistakes he makes. My baby Yoshi is making this harder than I thought. We'll just chuck him. Alright, well that took way too long. You really do get slowed down carrying a baby Yoshi. But every time that you capture Nabbit, you'll be rewarded with a P-Corn, which is the same as the P-Wing from Super Mario Bros. 3. It is infinite flight for one level, and then it reverts back to its basic form. We'll go ahead and warp back to Layer Cake Desert. There's the Acorn on the ground in Acorn Plains that I described before, that every time you load the game or complete something, it appears again. Alright, now this is the introduction of the pokey head citrus fruit looking guys. Go ahead and deal with these guys relatively quickly. Now it's very important that you learn how to deal with these guys now, because you actually encounter them in the final boss's room of this area. Koopaling. I think it's Mortimer. Is proficient in the ways of harvesting these guys. Alright, let's grow a little bit. Grab ourselves a Yoshi. I believe, different exits out of this level. We'll just head out of here. They really do enjoy giving you dark levels in this. I believe to get out, it's up here. Yeah, that was the third star coin, which is not difficult to obtain, but it's not one of my favorite things to do. Not gonna leave you, little buddy. That was the nimblest front flip I've ever seen from basically ground level. Alright, I will be making sure to clear all of the levels, so as you can see there's two paths to get to the castle. We'll be taking both of them before entering the castle. Alright, Fire Snake Cavern. Believe it or not, this is not an automated ride like you would assume. This is the introduction of our gold Yoshi. I screwed that up. So we hit this guy, get our brightly colored egg, shake it, and you will stun any nearby enemies. Oh, I don't want to lose him yet. And my platforming big mouth. Right, now, it will stun almost all kinds of enemies. Even the fire guys will be stunned, so run over here. Okay, so that was a bad example. You have to be pretty close to stun him. We'll do it to this guy. Then we eat him. And that's the end of Fire Snake Cavern. We'll go ahead and get our extra life here while we're at it.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
Did we just get a bonus extra life from the little guy too? Maybe there is some sort of benefit from eating so many things on a level. Well, for most of the time, I don't think it's going to be necessary to hit all the mushroom houses. Alright, now the gimmick for this castle is, as you see, spinning cogs that move the floor. It's going to use the whole thing, or it's going to use that the whole way through the castle. Another enemy that's generally difficult to take down, just hit it with the ice. Now, some of these star coins are actually interesting in the way that you have to get them. So for this one, you have to move this guy here all the way over, and then make it all the way over beforehand. I know people are going to question, why'd you just grab a star coin if you don't care? And I'm going to tell you, I think it's interesting the way that they incorporated platforming in this. There's actually some puzzles sometimes. The levels themselves are easy, but some of the star coin routes are actually really difficult. Alright, well we're moving right along, hit the halfway mark here. There's our large and in charge friend. Well, I screwed that up. That's a good way to start a Let's Play, I suppose. Alright, so we'll be moving on to another spinning cog. It's all pretty simple. Let's see if we can get another ice flower. Alright, now this one you may think that you spin this, and all the coins lead you to believe that you just wall bounce your way up, but that is not the case at all. You will die that way most of the time. It's just hop in a pipe and blast your way to freedom. Now these guys can only be knocked down with a butt slam, ground pound, however you want to call it. Alright, let's go ahead and finish out the first mini dungeon of Layer Cake Desert. Now the first one did a little arm flailing, and this guy takes it to a whole new level. By that I mean he's so ridiculously easy and just spins in circles. And that's it. The same process for all the bosses. If they get stunned, hit them again. Alright, well that wraps up the first half of Layer Cake Desert. I appreciate you guys tuning in again, and I will see you next time when we finish the rest of this biome. Now before we cut out, we're going to take a look at this. Progressively, as you move through the game, her castle is transformed more and more, and it eventually becomes something you won't even recognize. I thought that was a pretty cool feature. Alright, see you guys next time.